Good morning. In this segment of our Global Sport Fisherman video series, I'm going to show you how to rig a very large ballyhoo, a horse ballyhoo, a jumbo, with two very strong hooks. This would be applied to wahoo fishing or giant bluefin tuna fishing. Now we're going to be working with horse ballyhoo today, and you can see we've got two hooks in this. We're using a mono leader. And we're going to demonstrate how you're going to rig this bait. All right, as you can see, we have two very good sized hooks in this jumbo or horse ballyhoo. The front hook is a 7691, and the back hook is a 7698. It's a much stronger hook than the 7691. And the way these two hooks are put together is you're going to take the point of the front hook and you're going to run it through the eye of the second hook. Now, in some cases, what you're going to have to do, as you can see, it won't go through. You're going to have to take a pair of pliers and just give this front barb just a little squeeze, just enough for this hook to freely go through the eye of the second hook. All right. So this is what you're going to end up putting in this ballyhoo. Now, I'm going to show you how to get this entire arrangement in that bait without cutting it or sewing it or anything like that. All right. Now, the first thing we're going to do this is we're going to take a bait, and as I've shown you before, you really should clean the stomach cavity out of this bait. You want to try to get as much out of it as you possibly can. Just by thumbing it and getting the green crap out is not really enough. I mean, you can rig this bait like this without cleaning it, but it makes it much more difficult. So just run this little cleaner up. This is part of our rigging tool, Ballyhoo rigging tool kit. And you can see I'm going all the way up to the gill plates. Just run it back and forth, twist it, and you're just going to get everything out of this when you squeeze it out. Now, you should do this regardless of how you rig your baits, whether you're going to do it single hook, double hook, however you rig your baits. You'll find that your baits will last a lot longer by getting all of this out of the bait. As you can see, you're getting a lot more out of here than just that green crap. All right, now let's just rinse this off a little bit. All right, let's clean up this table. All right, now to put these hooks in this bait, I've already set up an arrangement here where I have taken some chafe spring and some 300-pound leader. This is a very large ballyhoo, so I use 300 pound in this case, and I have it set up as a standard pin rig. So what you're going to do first is you're going to lay this on the ballyhoo, the whole hook set, just like that, by lining up this pin that's going to end up going right through the top of the mouth. All right? Now, this gives you and indicates where this bottom hook is going to come out of the bait and where this top hook is going to come out of the bait. Now, with those two positions, what you're going to do first is take a little knife and just make a little slit in the ballyhoo belly. That's where that hook's going to come out, the front hook. Now you're going to do the same thing for the back hook. The back hook is going to come out approximately right there. Just take a couple scales off, and you're going to make a slit. Just like that. All right, now, the next step is to take this deboner, which again is part of our rigging tool kit, and just put the slot in. You're going to put it right in that slit that we made, center that slot, and feel it. You can feel the backbone. Once you get the backbone in that slot, you'll know it when you got it. It just won't go through any further, is you're going to twist it. Now what that does, that actually takes a little piece of the backbone section out, just like that, and it creates a hole in here. All right, so now this is where that back hook is going to go in. So the first thing that you're going to do now with the back hook, with the eye, get it right into the stomach cavity just like that. All right. Now this is a little tricky part here. Open. You're going to rig this front hook the same way you would any single hook rig. You're going to go right into the gill plates. You're going to go right into the stomach cavity. And at the same time, you're going to feel for that eye of the second hook. And once you do a few, you can see that it's, there we go, we got it now. All right. It takes a little practice, and once you do a few, you get it. But as you can see now, I'm just going up with that pin, just like that. All right. You have the two hooks in the bait, just as we showed you in the beginning. Now what I'm going to do in this case, I'm just going to take this Manel wire that's wrapped around the leader. I'm going to go through the eye socket and just snug that up. I'm going to go through again. Just want to get that nice and tight. I want to get those gills closed. Now I'm going to come up behind the pin, in front of the pin, break the bill back. I'm going to lay the leader underneath the bill, and I'm going to just lay that Manel right on top, and I'm going to start to wrap it backwards. It's just so much easier that way. You don't have the leader flopping around. So as you can see, now you've got this bait rigged with two very, very strong hooks, both connected. They're not coming apart. There's no cable involved, such as with our original double hook rig, which is for another use. But as you can see, I mean, this just makes a nice rig for giant bluefin tuna or for wahoo with those short strikes and whatnot. Now, if you want, you can just clip off this little pin I put in here. Let's make it real short. And if you want to take something like an Islander and just slip it on the leader, you can see now this just makes a nice rig, especially trolling for those giant bluefin. Now, a couple notes about this whole rig here. As you can see, I used a 7698B on the back hook and a 7691 on the front hook. The back hook is a much stronger hook, and it has a larger eye, so I didn't have to crimp the barb down that much on this particular combination of hooks. Now, you can use any two hooks you want, as long as you can work it out so you get that point and the barb of the front hook through the eye of the second hook. The second thing that I did on this particular rig, I rigged it up as a pin rig. All right, now I just did it for the ease of this whole thing. I mean, you don't have to use a pin rig. You can use one without a pin. A lot of guys say that they don't like the pin rig because for one reason or another, the fish can feel that little pin and he'll spit the bait out. You know, I just kind of think that's a little far-fetched. I mean, you know, how is it a fish is going to feel that little 1/8 inch of a pin sticking up, but he's not going to feel this 10-aught hook coming out of the bottom? It just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. As far as wrapping it, there's a million different ways you can wrap this. You can go behind the gills, you can do this, you can do that. I just did a quick and easy way to do it. As I said, this just makes a nice rig for a large ballyhoo. Cleaning the stomach content out as I did not only makes your bait last a lot longer, it makes this particular rig so much easier to put together. Also, two hooks like this in this bait and of this size, along with the island lure and so forth, it helps keep the whole bait together considerably longer than just a standard bait. That's it. I think, once you try this on some of these jumbo ballyhoo, I think you'll find some great success with it.